start a conversation, all the niggas facing, man, we never knew you. Talking money cause we paper chasing, you ain't getting naked, man, we never knew you. You ain't moving how my niggas moving, you ain't with the moment, then we never knew you. You ain't shooting when we get to shooting, we gon' put them to you like we never knew you. You thought we fuck with you niggas for real? Never knew you. You thought it was cool, you thought you could chill? Never knew you. It was that time we gave you that deal? Never knew you. I ain't gon' lie, I just keep it real. Never knew you. I never knew you niggas, you ain't spending money, nigga, what is you saying? You wasn't in the hood, we don't speak the same thing, you not from the land. I never leave the kitchen, you can catch me whipping up the white like a clan. You niggas didn't know me, man, you niggas only put you right under sand. I can make it pop off, get your top knocked off for a fan. Clean t-shirt, hot sauce, bullets like hot dog jam. Never knew your name, but it set you claim, chopper stutter to the jam. We never hesitating, man, you niggas faking, but we not built the same. My nigga TTG and your CPD and Mr. Rat is your name. I'm getting cash money, I'm a hot boy, but I'm not Lil Wayne. Never been a hoe and I won't smoke, I could go like a train. Trying to take the world over with your girl, call her picky, give me brain. One thing that I do know, don't know, you never knew your name. Everything that these niggas doing, man, I swear to God, it's a shame. Never kicking with a nigga that I don't know, nigga, you a lame. How you quick to start a conversation, all the niggas faces, man, we never knew you. Talking money cause we paper chasing, you ain't getting naked, man, we never knew you. You ain't moving how my niggas moving, you ain't with the moment, then we never knew you. You ain't shooting when we get to shooting, we gon' put them to you like we never knew you. You thought we fuck with you niggas for real? Never knew you. You thought it was cool, you thought you could chill? Never knew you. It was that time we gave that deal? Never knew you. I ain't gon' lie, I just keep it real. Never knew you. Out my face, I don't know you, you don't know me, the shit that I do. Why is you posting up all in our face? Nigga, you know you ain't part of the crew. We can start a conversation, all the niggas faces, nigga, what the fuck is your name? You ain't never feeling no type of work, never knew you ain't part of the game. What is your name? Tell us when the niggas came busting guns off of the train. Man, I do this shit for my hood in the paper, I ain't trying to shit for the fame. My mama doing just fine, nigga, we ain't never gotta fuck with you, man. See, kissing ass niggas looking for some information, for some money to blame. Get smacked out, get shot, nigga, all that shit is the same. That's the shit when it happened to you, yeah, we never knew you, but it's part of the game. When you see the shooting, then the bullets to you, nigga, all in your brain. 30 rounds, that's a lot of shots, want to target on your fully screaming your name. Better stick to getting money, motherfucker, fuck what you heard to stay in your lane. Cause a nigga getting money, motherfucker, flies a bird and hides a plane. Just because you know my nigga, that don't mean my niggas gonna treat you the same. I ain't trying to kick it with you niggas, never knew you niggas, better stay in your lane. How you quick to start a conversation, all the niggas facing, man, we never knew you. Talking money cause we paper chasing, you ain't getting naked, man, we never knew you. You ain't moving how my niggas moving, you ain't with the moment, then we never knew you. You ain't shooting when we get to shooting, we gon' put them to you like we never knew you. You thought we fuck with you niggas for real? Never knew you. You thought it was cool, you thought you could chill? Never knew you. It was that time we gave you that deal? Never knew you. I ain't gon' lie, I just keep it real. Never knew you. Do you smell what the block is cooking? That real star shit, nigga.
Hi, welcome to Queens and Queens podcast. It's your girl Shay with the Positivity Pledge. I should no longer allow negative thoughts or feelings to drain me of my energy. Instead, I should focus on the good that is in my life. I will think it, feel it, and speak it. By doing so, I will send out vibes of positive energy into the world, and I should be grateful for all the wonderful things that will attract into my life. Thanks for tuning in. Enjoy the podcast.
My pockets are paid. I got the drip, bitch, I got the weight. Still trapping like back in the day. What can I say? I'm having my way. Money called and I'm coming to get it. On my lonely on for 3 days. Can't trust these hoes, don't love for these bitches. Keep it with me cause I be in the trenches. Rolling around, I'm coolin' and chillin'. In the hood where they shoot and they killin'. Came up, but it took me a minute. I'ma dig it down, now she in the feelin'. Hit the mall, gotta keep up my image. Cash out, cause I stack it, just spin it. Hold it down, cause I'm one of the realest. Out from earth, I just come here to visit. Money hungry, it's a shot of my face. Real rap, if I said it, I did it. Keep it real, cause I know they gon' feel it. Wanted to jump on a race with gorillas. Fuck a deal, bitch, I'm independent. Fresh as fuck, you can tell that I get it. I'm a good as saying, I ain't even a witness. Going hard for the people that's with me. Niggas hard, gotta keep me in business. I bought a Chevy, then leaving the Bentley. My old bitch still wish she was with me. Eyes funny, got me feeling dizzy. Turn me up, man, these niggas gon' hit me. Roll the blood, hit the roof and get busy. Take a bitch, keep trying to get with me. I'm grabbing her ass and squeezing her titties. Fucking good, then I'm leaving the city. Keep it moving, I'm on to the next. Fucked up, had to earn me a check. Turn up, let the young nigga flex. You ain't heard, bitch, I'm one of the best. I'm on their ass, my foot on their neck. Niggas I play. I'm fucking over my nigga, my name. So getting money, I can't be your babe. Get the blood, he sending my way. Money hungry, till I'm in the grave. Still in the hood, my niggas don't pay. Keep running the head, don't get in my way. Fuck this bitch, now she wanna stay. She shaking ass and they got me amazed. But I gotta leave, I'm trying to get paid. All these dead people, my pockets are great. I got the drip, bitch, I got the wave. Still trapping like back in the day. What can I say? I'm having my way. Money called and I'm coming to get it. On my lonely, on foot with these niggas.
I ain't do that, but welcome to Queens and Queens, everybody. It's Monday, fresh week. My name is LaShawn, but I go by Lee. I'm a no-label trans male from Cleveland, Ohio. Today we're gonna be talking about boundaries, different stuff within that, and some facts, and like different quotes for the topic. But before we get started, I want to remind everybody to be respectful, non-judgmental to anybody that's on the podcast. Make sure y'all tell a friend, tap in with us, come support us, come shop with us, give us some feedback, share, like, comment, you know. Y'all get into this topic.
Alright, let's go ahead and get started and talk about boundaries. What does boundaries mean to you?
Boundaries is a line that marks the limits of an area and or a limit of subject or sphere of activity.
How would you go about defining your boundaries?
Alright, so how to begin that is it's 4 things. The first one is determine your top priorities in work and in life. What are the one or 2 things you are trying to get out of your personal life and your professional life? Number 2, test out one hard boundary. Number 3, practice a few soft boundaries. And number 4, commit.
Alright, so what type of boundaries should you set in a relationship?
Alright, so some of those can include restrictions on physical actions such as asking a roommate or partner not to look through your phone or not to interrupt you when you're working from home. They can also be psychological, like such as asking your spouse to accept that your goals and dreams may not always be the same as theirs.
So how would you go about just setting boundaries?
The key to setting a boundary is to start small and focus on one at a time. You got to make sure you're being clear. Focus on what you want as clearly as possible. Practice. So, like, if thinking about setting a boundary makes you nervous, write out what you want to say beforehand, or practice stating a boundary in the mirror. And keep it simple. Less is more with boundary setting. They bumping outside. So that will be the The people who don't respect your boundaries are ones you may not want in your life. Healthy boundaries can also help you build greater self esteem, get clear on who you are, what you want, and your values and belief systems.
What are boundaries and mental health?
So boundaries are defined rules or limits that someone established to protect their security and well-being around others. We identify and express how other people can behave around us so that we feel safe.
What personality type has a lack of boundaries?
Codependent individuals often exhibit a lack of boundaries. They allow their lives to be dictated by the needs of others and can feel a sense of worth only when they are helping or needed by someone else.
What are healthy boundaries?
So when talking about healthy boundaries, you might hear the word boundaries and imagine walls that separate you from other people. In a sense, that's true, but boundaries aren't necessarily a bad thing. In fact, they're an important ingredient in healthy, balanced relationships. They also they're also a crucial part of maintaining your identity, mental health, and physical well-being.
The only people who will say that the most that boundaries are the ones who will benefit from you having one.
Um, why we people please? One is to deceive and avoid conflict. Learned it was our role in childhood. Our self worth is tied to helping others. We receive praise. We have not figured out our boundaries. And the last thing is want to help others but don't want to be helped.
Except that setting boundaries with other people is not going to make you popular. Once you set a boundary, stand by it. Remain strong in the truth that by setting boundaries against mistreatment, you are not a higher positive level way of living.
Um, Said you are not required to set yourself on fire to keep others warm.
Alright, y'all, we're going to go ahead and take a little quick intermission. Make sure y'all send a friend to a friend, tapping in, checking out our challenges on a daily. We gonna be fun on the raffle tickets at the end of this month, so make sure y'all stay tuned and keep checking in with us. We'll be with y'all shortly.
Enjoyed having you on board this morning, but share your business with File in the future. Get another 15-20 minutes of platforms and make that again for a
My name's Seven. I'm only 5 years old. And we about to run again. We about to hit y'all with all the sauce. It's TUK. Turn up, kids. All of this sauce up to your face. And I'ma bust up to your face. All of this swag up to your face. Getting this cash up to your arm. Straight to the top up to your face. We never stop up to your face. We never change up to your face. Running this game up to your arm. Want me to face? Okay, I will. Follow my steps. I think you will. Shout out to Triller. I am so chill. You Running this game, I'm too young. Running this game, I'm too young.
Switch to Google Fi Wireless and get the unlimited.
That's not what I played.
Let's fuck out some commas, nigga. Let's fuck out some commas. Do this shit wrong. Yeah. Shit you don't do. Fuck out some commas. Fuck out some commas, yeah. Let's fuck out some commas. Let's fuck out some commas, yeah. Right down to the hunt out. Hunt down, no hunt out. The hunt out, hunt out. $1 million of money shout. Fuck out some commas. Let's fuck out some commas, yeah. Let's fuck out some commas. Let's fuck out some commas, yeah. Right down to the hunt out. Hunt down, no hunt out. The hunt out, hunt out. $1 million of money shout. Fuck out the commas. I'm like Sonny, yeah. You're burning Sonny. You're burning money, yeah. I'm fucking with Sonny. I'm living with the way that she fucking me, yeah. Get no fucks, yeah. We don't get no fucks, yeah. Throw my cup, yeah. I just throw my cup, yeah. Full of the mud, yeah. Nigga get full of them drugs, yeah. Feel it right, yeah. I'm on the same thing as Mike, yeah. All the ice, yeah. Wanna beat that dog like Ike, yeah. Fuck us coming, yeah. Fuck us coming, yeah. Fuck us coming, yeah. Fuck us coming, yeah. Lock down to the underdog. Lock down to the underdog. You underdog about underdog. $1 million of money shot. Fuck us coming, yeah. Fuck us coming, yeah. Fuck us coming, yeah. Fuck us coming, yeah. Money down to the underdog. $100 down to the underdog. You underdog about underdog. $1 million of money shot. Smoke the first 48 hours. Round 22 to sleep 2 hours. Put 24s on the new Audi. White on white like baby powder. Drop a bitch out foot count. Might count it up and then recount it. Rub cars like Coach, yeah. Walk down the goodness, yeah. Give no fuck, yeah. We don't give no fuck, yeah. Don't fill my cup, yeah. Bitch, don't fill my cup, yeah. You heard that song, baby? I'm cool with the club, baby. The cool like hey, cunt. Fuck out the bullshit. Fuck us coming. Fuck us coming, yeah. Fuck us coming, yeah. Fuck us coming, yeah. Rock down to the underdog. Rock down to the underdog. You underdog by underdog. $1 million of money shot. I'm ready, shit, fit, walk, ready, go, so that, yeah, watch, pop, to the floor, hurry, rap, nigga, watch, certificated, yeah, I should off, yeah, I just break it off, yeah, make myself a boss, yeah, fuck us coming, yeah. The fuck us coming, yeah. Fuck down to $100,000, $100,000 on $100,000. You $100,000 by $100,000. $1 million of money shot. Get no fucks, yeah. We don't get no fucks, yeah. Get no fucks, yeah. We don't get no fucks, yeah. $100,000 to $100,000, $100,000 on $100,000. You $100,000 by $100,000. $1 million of money shot. Right now. Let's have a money show right now. Let's have a money show right now. Let's have a money show right now. Let's have a money show. What
the? Alrighty. Healthy relationships. Accountability. Admits mistakes or when wrong. Accepts responsibility for behaviors, attitudes, and values. Safety. Refusing to intimidate or manipulate. Respecting physical space. Expressing self non-violently. Honesty. Communicates openly and truthfully. Support each other's choices, being understanding, offering encouragement, listening non-judgmentally, valuing opinions, cooperation, asking, not expecting, accepting change, making decisions together, willing to compromise, win-win resolution to conflict, and trust, accepting each other's words, giving the benefit of doubt. And all of these tie into respect and also tie into you building the boundaries that you are trying to set.
Healthy boundaries. Learn to say no. No is a complete sentence. Be assertive. Be kind but firm. Use assertive language. Safeguard your spaces. Set boundaries for your physical and emotional spaces. Get support. Reach out to a mental health professional if needed. And so we're going to get into types of healthy boundaries.
Alrighty. So the first type that would be a personal boundaries, which can come in many forms. However, not every relationship requires you to address every type of boundary. For example, you might need to set physical restrictions with a coworker, but not financial ones. You got physical boundaries, which help keep you comfortable and safe, not just when you're dealing with strangers, but also when you're interacting with those closest to you. For example, you might tell someone that you prefer handshakes instead of hugs, or you could tell a friend that you need to take a rest during a lengthy bike ride. If a physical space belongs to you, you can set limitations around that as well. Perhaps you don't want someone to intrude in your bedroom or clutter your office with their items. And we have sexual boundaries, which could involve anything from asking for consent before being physically intimate to checking in with your partner's comfort level during sex. Even if you've been with your partner for years, you should make an ongoing habit of communicating your preferences. You might want to reassess limitations and expectations surrounding things like frequency of sex and conception use. Then we have emotional boundaries, which ensures that others are respectful of your emotional well-being and internal comfort level. When setting an emotional boundary, you might say something like, I don't want to talk about this subject while I'm at work because I need to focus. You might also use these barriers to prevent yourself from feeling overwhelmed by other people's feelings. For example, you can acknowledge you're not responsible for how another person reacts to your decision to turn them down for a second date. Then we have material/financial boundaries, which extend to your belongings such as money, clothing, car, or home. If you're a charitable person, you might have a hard time saying no to people who want to borrow items. However, people may intentionally or unintentionally take advantage of your goodwill. And then you may notice your own resentment building. When setting a material restriction, you might say something like, you can borrow my phone charger, but please put it back where you're done. Or no, I can't loan you money for new shoes. And the last type of boundary is time boundaries, which allows you to focus on your priorities at work and in your personal life without feeling crowded by other people's needs and wants. Imagine that you had a stressful work week and want to spend the weekend recuperating. You might decline a party invite or set a limit on how long you'll be there. Other time-related restrictions could include asking a friend to avoid calling you during work hours or asking a partner to delay an important conversation until a more convenient time. Excuse me. All right. I'm about to squint my liberty eyes. Boundaries sound like, I will end this phone call if you continue to shout at me. I can stay for a half an hour. Thank you for your offer. Unfortunately, I can't make it. I'm not comfortable discussing that, please do not discuss it with me. I need time to think about it. I'll come back to you. I don't respond to work emails at the weekend. I'm not comfortable with that. If you do it again, I will have to leave. I respect your opinion, but this is my life and my decision.
Healthy boundaries. It is not my job to fix others. It is okay if others get angry. It is okay to say no, and it's not my job to take responsibility for others. I don't have to anticipate the needs of others. It is my job to make me happy. Nobody has to agree with me. I have a right to my own feelings. I am enough. Alright. Unhealthy boundaries.
Alright. Unhealthy boundaries often tend to be either too rigged or too porous. Healthy ones fall somewhere between these two extremes. Rigid boundaries keep other people at a distance, even loved ones. Porous or weak boundaries develop when you have a hard time saying no to others.
Mm.
There are many reasons why people may consistently struggle with unhealthy boundaries, such as desire for control. Some people use boundaries to manipulate others. For example, a person might use rigid boundaries to stonewall conversations, refusing to engage with you until you do what they want. Fear of rejection. If you're afraid of a romantic partner walking out of your life because of your flaws, you might hesitate to be emotionally open with them. Lack of experience with setting and limitation. If you grew up surrounded by people who set poor personal boundaries, managing proper ones can be a challenge. Overly agreeable personality. If you're too eager to please other people, you might allow them to do things that make you uncomfortable. And low self-esteem. You might feel as if your needs and wants are aren't worth vocalizing, or that you don't have an identity of your own. Instead, you prioritize what other people want. Mm.
Healthy boundaries can look like deciding how much personal information you share with others, saying no to things you don't feel like doing. Instead of trying to fit in, you express yourself authentically, only sharing your personal space and the energy with those you trust, not feeling guilty about needing space or a break, prioritizing time to nurture your goals and well being, respecting the opinions of others while having your own, and the ability to speak up when someone speaks down to you.
Signs of healthy boundaries. You don't feel guilty saying no. You don't let others abuse or exploit you. You can hold your ground when pressured. You're not offended by others' boundaries. You don't feel responsible for other adults. You don't take personally others' criticism. You take responsibility for your triggers. You respect other boundaries. You value your rights and feelings, and you don't need others to agree with you.
All right? Unhealthy boundaries.
That's what we just did.
Oh, I'm sorry. We're on setting boundaries. Tip one: know what you want in a relationship.
Alright, so um it says whether the relationship is romantic or platonic, it's hard to have your needs met if you don't know what they are. Reflecting on your values and beliefs is a good place to start. Ask your question Ask yourself questions like what traits do I like to see in others and other relationships? What behaviors bothers me? What qualities do I admire in others? What material items matter the most to me and why? How do I like to spend my time? And what makes me feel fulfilled? By gaining a more thorough understanding of yourself, you can begin to imagine the type of boundaries you need. If you know that you value independence, you likely want to set financial rules between you and a partner. If you value high productive or privacy, you might set physical boundaries with coworkers who tend to wander into your workspace.
Assessing how you feel with someone.
All right. Um, Thinking about how others make you feel can also help you identify necessary boundaries. After interacting with other people, reflect on your feelings by asking yourself questions. Did the other person make jokes or comments that made you feel disrespected? Did they do anything that made you physically uncomfortable or unsafe, such as raise their voice in anger? Did you feel pressure to do things that didn't match your values? Did you feel overwhelmed by the person's requests or expectations of you? Did you feel as if they were infringing on your sense of control or
Infinizing.
emphasizing you? A moment of reflection can help you decide whether you need to set limitations with the person in the future.
Mm.
Uh, all right. The six type of boundaries. It's the ones we've been talking about. It says boundaries are expectations and needs in different areas of human experience and that help a person feel safe and comfortable in their relationships. Below are six common boundaries areas with examples of what they include. So physical boundaries. No, I'm starting with one. Intellectual boundaries is preferences related to how opinions, thoughts, and conversation topics are shared and handled. Emotional boundaries is what, where, and how much a person shares their emotional life and how your own and others' emotional needs are handled. Sexual boundaries is how sexual matters are talked about, when, where, and how sexual material is presented. Consent related to sexual or sexually suggestive words, jokes, images, gestures, or touch. Time boundaries, how you relate to your own and others' time, how time related needs and preferences are handled. Material boundaries, treatment of possession and property, preferences and needs regarding possessions and property, how possessions and property are shared. And last, physical boundaries, physical body, personal space as experienced through your senses, preferences for respect, privacy, closeness, and touch.
Boundaries sound like I can help, but I cannot do this for you. I'm not responsible for your emotions. I respect your opinion, but I have my own opinion as well. I understand you're upset, and I'm not okay with being spoken to that way. I'm done talking about this. I need you to understand what I'm feeling. I don't need help. I don't need help problem solving right now. Right now, I need some time to myself. I would love to hear more about this later. I understand I'm important to you, and while I care about you, I need some space. Last but not least, no. Alright, y'all. Make sure y'all tapping in, telling a friend to tell a friend, aunties, uncles, sister, brothers, deacons, pastors, sister soldier, whoever. Let them know about Queens and Queens, where we represent. Join us on our day-to-day challenges, and we'll be back with y'all shortly.
I done gave my all to you, fell in the deep end. You came into my life while I was sinking. I've been on that type of time with demons. All the time I was outside, I was creeping. It was love at first sight, girl, when you walked in. Couldn't look deep in your eyes, cause I get locked in. You was hurting deep inside and you was broken. But I was on the other side and didn't notice. Oh, I won't waste no time. I won't waste my time when it comes to you. Put my pride aside, give it all to you. Put my pride aside, nah. Girl, I won't waste no time. I won't waste no time when it comes to you. Put my pride aside, give it all to you. Put my pride aside, give it all to you. Put it up fast for you. 2, 2, 3 bust rounds for you. All eyes on me, got me feeling like pop, but I do it all for you. Don't get caught up in them lies before you know the truth. I be down to risk it all if you ask me to. Ain't playing with your heart, cause that's too much to lose. You put it up a wall, but you ain't bulletproof. I done got it out the mud, ain't got nothing to prove. Tryna open up your mind to see a clearer view. All the times I made you wait for me now. But I was on the other side and didn't notice. Oh, I won't waste no time. I won't waste my time when it comes to you. Put my pride aside, give it all to you. Put my pride aside, nah. Girl, I won't waste no time. I won't waste no time when it comes to you. Put my pride aside, give it all to you. Put my pride aside, give it all to you. I won't waste no time. I won't waste no time when it comes to you. Put my pride aside, give it all to you. Put my pride aside, give it all to you. I won't waste no time. I won't waste no time when it comes to you. Put my pride aside when it comes to you. When it comes to you.
What's that for?
Not sure, but I sure hate you don't.
I think it's a game.
Hey, Katie. Hey, look, I carry you bitches and snap back. You hoes getting tired like run flat, going hard as a rock. Like it or not, if I jump on the track, then it will slap. You hoes give me too much to laugh at. Posting multiple pics with your one rap. Well, I had a bitch who was pandemic rich. That's why you screaming, bring Trump back. Madonna's the size of a humpback. 20 carats, I'm wetter than 7 seas. Living rent free in your head between you and your friends. Hope it ain't one vacancy. How you move is ashamed of me. If I was you, I'd be ashamed of me. Who the fuck is you, bitch? You ain't even got a name to me. And your man is a fan with no bag. How the fuck he claiming me? How? Bitches go cricket when cash come out. Your diamonds don't hit till a flash come out. I am that bitch for real, for real. Water on me, know I look like a bill. Oh, you a bum and you look like you steal. Naturally pretty, got looks that can kill. One thing's for sure, two things for certain. I look the same in my pics and in person. Bitches is hating cause bitches ain't working. Fucking no niggas who pockets is hurting. I'm in my bag like my Louis and Birkin. Body be eating, you know I'm a servant. Got a few type, I'm his favorite virgin. Love him a hustler, his bitch is a burden. Drapes in the crib and I'm whipping some curtains. Laid up and naked somewhere with no service. My nigga not tired of fucking me. Bitch, you calling a 10 is a 1 of me. I be chewing this shit, y'all like gum to me. Nigga lying, he say that he done with me. I got hitters on payroll to step. He a dog, so I made him my pet. And he love me, but we never met. Ran through his pockets and put him in debt.
I got the car before 8. So he still like a big man. Got a bed too at a decent time. Alright, y'all. Welcome back to Queens and Queens. Whew.
Excuse me. Love yourself enough to set boundaries. Your time and energy are precious, and you get to decide how you use them. You teach people how to treat you by deciding what you will and won't accept.
7 tips for setting healthy boundaries. Number 1, start your day with limit setting intentions. Know from the start what you are capable of taking on. Number 2, acknowledge what you gain by setting boundaries. This allows you to recenter and remain committed even when things get tough. Number 3, define your priorities. Get clear on what you need, what you want, and what would be nice to have. Number 4, communicate directly, clearly, and often. Telling people about your boundaries is your responsibility. Number 5, pay attention to your needs. Feelings of discomfort, overwhelm, or resentment are often indicators that we've overreached a boundary. Number 6, start with small adjustments. Committing to and following through with small boundary changes builds your confidence to make harder decisions in the future. And number 7, finally but not least, practice self-compassion. If you don't follow through with the boundaries you set, instead of judging yourself, respond with kindness. Now I'm gonna go ahead and get into tip 2 and talking to people about your needs.
Alrighty. Knowing how to effectively communicate your needs to others is important. What rushed conversations, poor wording, and vague requests can make it harder for loved ones to understand and respect your ground rules. Consider timing. The best time to set a boundary with your partner is when you both feel relaxed and can focus on the conversation. If you're mid-argument, try cooling down and circling back to the conversation once you're both calm. Be prepared. Nervous about discussing your needs? Write your points down before the discussion so that you can speak clearly about your needs. Consider the delivery. Try to use I statements to convey how you feel. Avoid you statements which can seem accusatory. For example, say, I felt overwhelmed with the amount of work I had to take care of while you were away. Expressing your emotions is a great way to start laying the groundwork for a relationship boundary. Be clear. A vague request such as, I like more personal space, may get the message across, but it's better to be as clear as possible to avoid confusing the other person. Try, I feel disrespected and uncomfortable when you come into my room unannounced. Please knock before entering. A calm but firm tone lets the other person know you're being serious but not disrespectful. And address feedback. Depending on the boundary, your partner may have questions for you. Know that you don't need to justify your needs or explain yourself, but doing so may help the other person understand where you're coming from. You might even ask follow-up questions to ensure the right message was conveyed.
It is necessary and even vital to set standards for your life and the people you allow in it. By Mandy Hale. Tip number 3, enforce boundaries.
All right. Not everyone in your life is going to respect your boundaries all of the time. A partner might accidentally cross one, or difficult family members might do so intentionally. Restate your needs. It's possible that the other person didn't understand your original request or simply forgot. Be calm, firm, and clear about what you need. Have clear and reasonable consequences for crossing a boundary. If someone has a habit of talking over you, for example, you could say, I feel disrespected when you talk over me. If you do that again, I'll have to end the conversation. Only state consequences that you're willing to enforce. If you aren't willing to follow through on a consequence, the other person will feel empowered to overstep your boundaries in the future. For example, if you tell your partner that you'll take a break from the relationship if they keep lying to you, it's important to actually follow through on that. And last, boundaries help determine what is and what is not okay in a relationship, whether that be with friends, partners, co-workers, bosses, or family members. Ideally, we put them in a place to protect our well-being. They help us to build trust, safety, and respect in relationships. Common boundaries include emotional, physical, sexual, intellectual, and financial. They can apply to any aspect of your life where you feel they are needed. Ready to start setting boundaries? It requires a certain amount of self-awareness and reflection. Now, what is boundary? B is be aware. Well, O is of what is. U, unacceptable. And N, normalize saying no. D, do what is best for you. A, and know that things aren't your. For R is a responsibility all the time, and then Y, your needs matter too. We almost to it.
At first, you would probably feel selfish, guilty, or embarrassed when you set a boundary. Do it anyway and tell yourself you have a right to self care. Setting boundaries takes practice and determination. Don't let anxiety or low self esteem prevent you from taking care of yourself. Tim Cole.
Alrighty. And the last few facts about boundaries. And it says 10 signs you lack personal boundaries. 1, you fail to speak up when mistreated. 2, you give away too much of your time. 3, you agree when you actually feel like disagreeing. 4, you feel guilty for dedicating time to yourself. 5, you feel taken for granted by others. 6, you have toxic relationships. 7, you have chronic fear about what others think of you. 8, you overshare details about your life with others. 9, you constantly feel like the victim. And 10, you attract people who try to control or dominate you.
Learn how to set them boundaries, y'all. It's really good for the soul. And I think that's why a lot of people go out here spazzing and being negative and harming others, because they don't speak, they don't verbally express their boundaries. They just know them in their head. And then when they do start to set boundaries with people who have crossed lines with them, it's hard for them to, really abide by their boundaries, because you don't allow them to do so much. So you got to set them boundaries from jump. You can't let time go by. You can't let them get away with nothing the first time. Sometimes it's good to say no to people the first time, even just to see how they'll react to you saying no. So set them boundaries, stand on it, and tap in. Make sure y'all tell a friend to tell a friend. Give us some feedback. Check us out on our daily challenges. We ain't gonna be doing this too much more longer now. So make sure y'all get in where y'all fit in. And this your girl Shay, and I'm out. And my boundary I'm setting is this week will be to express my boundaries to others.
A nigga can act like he's stupid, then he end up missing. It is as up with them choppers and all the extensions. They didn't pay attention. And now I'm on a mission. Show these little niggas I do it, I kill competition. A nigga can act like he's stupid, then he end up missing. It is as up with them choppers and all the extensions. They didn't pay attention. And now I'm on a mission. Big block. They don't want me on that dumb shit. I give a fuck about niggas and bitches, and no, I ain't stunning that bum bitch. Hi, she on dumb shit. He don't know niggas I run with. Keep him a 50 and battle on all of the guns. My whip like a gunship. Little dumb bitch didn't know I was finessing. Stacking that money while you niggas stressing. Taking the beating while I'm catching blessings. Boy, this should teach a little young ass a lesson. I am a beast, so just Smith and that Wesson. Try to compete, my niggas gon' stretch them. Really gon' eat them whenever we catch them. Chopper gon' speak in that bullet to rest. I get mad at the way I be flexing. relaxing. She come with me and we never be texting. She don't say nothing but sucking and sexing. Swallow the pills and don't ask me no questions. Nigga, I'm making some heavy investments. Came from the block, I was serving pedestrians. Now that bitch love me, I'm fucking her best friend. Got her on mine and she stuck at the Westin. I'm on a mission. Show these little niggas I do it, I kill competition. A nigga can act like he's stupid, then he end up missing. Hit his ass up with them choppers and all the extensions. They didn't pay attention. And now I'm on a mission. Show these little niggas I do it, I kill competition. A nigga can act like he's stupid, then he end up missing. Hit his ass up with them choppers and all the extensions. They didn't pay attention. And now I'm on a mission. Niggas been counting me out. I'm harder than niggas that thought that they started this shit. Why they keep stalling me out? I'm balling so hard you couldn't go harder than this. I'm putting it all in their face. They smell what I'm cooking. They know that it's hard to forget. Give me the racks and the safe, the drugs, the guns. You know I want all of this shit. Niggas talk about a top 100 block. Why you didn't make the list? Cause my 100's on the top and the bottom. Tell them niggas suck my dick. Ever since a young nigga with the cat gun, better walk a lick. Little badass little motherfucker. We was running around talking shit. Then I got back to the block. I learned about the money. I never did stop. I stood on the corner was serving on rocks. I had a revolver. I ain't know about blocks. I picked up the gas from my mama. My pops was stuck with my uncle. I learned how to box. I pick up the chopper. It's placing that docks. I'm back on the mission. You slipping on block. I'm on the mission. Show these little niggas I do it. I kill competition. A nigga can act like he's stupid, then he end up missing. Hit his ass up with them choppers and all the extensions. They didn't pay attention. And now I'm on a mission. Show these little niggas I do it, I kill competition. A nigga can act like he's stupid, then he end up missing. Hit his ass up with them choppers and all the extensions. They didn't pay attention. And now I'm on a mission.
Alright, y'all, we got one more song for y'all before we get up out of here. I just want to take time out to thank everybody for tapping in with us, taking the time out y'all day to come listen to what we be talking about. We appreciate each and every one of y'all. Next podcast is Thursday. Make sure y'all tune in. We're going to be pulling the raffle winner names. So make sure y'all tap in with us. Participate in them, y'all. And we only got probably 2 more months of this. And after that, we're going to be charging for the raffle ticket. So come participate in the challenges while it's free. But my goal for the boundaries is working on my physical boundaries and the time boundaries. Like before we even did the podcast, I was over there reading about it. And I was supposed to be getting information about it. I'm sitting there reading it like it's a book. But hope everybody learned something from it. I know I learned a lot from it. And, just want to put stuff into effect. So make sure y'all tap in with us on Thursday, 6:45. Tell a friend, tap in, come support, share, like, comment. Add us on all platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, TikTok, Instagram. We got it all. Come shop with us. We got everything going. Mother's Day basket. Boxes, Father's Day boxes, graduation, birthday, whatever you need, we got it. Come shop with us. Till next time, it's your boy Lee, and I'm out.
The world films! Get plugged in!
I be flexing and flashing, keeping his stick like magic. Nigga play with me and I'm blasting. He disappear like magic. I was broke, now I'm happy. I hit that hoe and I passed it. I get the head and I'm out. I left when I came in her mouth. I just fuck off an ounce. My shooters a shoot up your house. She shaking ass on camera. She on my dick cause I'm handsome. They known for running them bands up. Big food can't keep my pants up. I'm up the hill with exotic. Most of my niggas got bodies. Still hit the drill and the hotties. I got the sack like Gotti. She off a bill and some molly. I took his bitch, he in love with that. No Instagram, but I double tap. What I told her, how you run it back. Get shit away, he ain't coming back. Hold up. I'm drunk as fuck, I might throw her. She like, you geek, I'm like, so what? Drink out the bottle, then pour her. I'm fresh as fuck, put your hoe up. I used to trap on my lonely. You already know that it's on me. She said she down with the homies. I told her quit talking and show me. Get with me. Beef with the squad, that's risky. These niggas soft for the titties. All my shooters get busy. You know I keep it a bitch. I'm off the weed with the Henny. I can't hit that hoe if she skinny. This for them days we ain't had shit. I'll be having bitches we trapping. Don't think this 40 for fashion. Cause my uncle's bitch and I'm blasting. Catch a fuck nigga in traffic. I swear this shit gon' get tragic. One front boy, it ain't no lie. You can get shot out some plastic. This for them days we ain't had shit. I'll be having bitches we trapping. Don't think this 40 for fashion. Cause my uncle's bitch and I'm blasting. Catch a fuck nigga in traffic. I swear this shit gon' get tragic. One front boy, it ain't no lie. You can get shot out some plastic. Yeah. Hey, money hungry in this bitch, nigga. Hey, I keep my can in the cut. I don't like when niggas play tough. Told that whole bitch I'm in a rush. Been over and get in the guts. She feeling, can't get enough. Can't lie, these run got me stuck. Can't hit the blood as it's stuck. Wait. Get at me. I got these hoes getting nasty. Screaming and calling me daddy. Trying to send me the addy. She got wet when she met me. I just got to ring out her panties. I do it for the team, the family. Fuck all these niggas can't stand me. Bitches know I stay tripping. Get money, I ain't even tripping. She mad cause I ain't kissing. Fuck a bitch, then forget it. I don't want that hoe cause I hit it. I don't want it. This for them days we ain't had shit. I'll be having business we trapping. Don't think this 40 for fashion. Cause I up this bitch and I blasting. Catch a fuck nigga in traffic. I swear this shit gon' get tragic. One front boy, it ain't no lie. You can get shot out some plastic.
Alrighty, y'all. That was the end of today's podcast. Thank everybody for tuning in with us. We'll see y'all on Thursday at 6:45. Make sure y'all tell y'all friends, come tap in with us. Let's see what we got to talk about. It's May, so we're going to be talking about mental health awareness all month. So come tap in, learn some new stuff. A refresher, something you might want to know. We might be talking about a topic that you need to know about. So make sure y'all come tap in with us. It's your boy Lee, and I'm out.